Alright gang, welcome back to our Skyefin Aquafarm series here in Kinlaig. It is January. Today, as mentioned, is going to be a very big selling day. Not going to be a ton, really, for us to do besides that selling, but it is going to take up a good chunk of time doing all that selling. So we're going to have a good amount of money after that, and I guess we'll have to kind of figure out what we're going to do from that point forward after we are done doing all the selling. It really is going to depend on how much money we have on what we potentially do next. But, yeah. We're in the process here of doing our normal thing that you're used to seeing, where we go and we sell the fish and obviously transport the young trout over here to the trout lakes. But we're in the process here of getting all of this set and done. We'll have to go sell all of these. Then we're going to come back. We're going to have all of that flour potentially to sell as well. We have the wood chips to sell, the straw to sell. There's a lot to sell today, if I'm honest with you. So the good thing about all of that is having the unrealistic trailer that we purchased in the last episode. I know it's unrealistic, and some people don't enjoy that, but, you know, to be honest with you, I literally only did it just to save ourselves time for all the trips we have to make. Instead of making an episode where I'm just transporting stuff around for an hour long, it makes it a little bit easier for us to not have to do that, right? How's everyone doing today? Hope you're doing well. Things are good, man. First episode, well, I say the first episode. The first time we've done a second episode per week of the competitive one-tile challenge was released yesterday. That is going to be the day as we move forward here. It's going to be every Thursday and every Saturday for that series. Pretty excited about that, actually. I think that's going to be. I don't even know how I'm gonna do this one. Just have to hook it up here. Hope for the best. Looks like it stayed up there. But yeah, we're going to be bumping up that series most weeks to twice a week, so it'll be Thursdays and Sundays, Thursdays and Saturdays as we move forward here. Which I think is going to be a really good thing. Like, a lot of people really enjoy that series, so I think that's going to be a really big bonus for a lot of people. Real quick, we are nearing 10,000 subscribers. If you have yet to do so and you stumbled across this, maybe consider hitting that like and subscribe button for me. They are free. They help me a ton. I don't know if I'm going to be able to slide this in here without issues or not. Yeah, it's not going to work. Alright, well, we'll do it this way then. I know those are going to flip. That's fine. We've got a lot of fish here that we're going to be selling. This is going to make us a lot of money because, as you recall in the last episode, we did not actually sell our adult trout. Now, it's probably not the best time to sell the adult trout right now either, as a matter of fact. I'm pretty positive, actually, not even thinking about it, that it isn't. And I think we talked about in the last episode that we were going to probably wait and sell them when it's the best time to sell them. But I do think... since we're going to be selling so much today, I'd like to get the money from this as well and utilize that to try to help us get a few other things, right? The price really for the adults, it fluctuates. It certainly fluctuates, but it's not an outrageous amount of fluctuation, right? We can still get 3,557 out of it right now, which I think is pretty good. So we're going to do it, right? We're going to do it. It's going to help us. We have a high probability, I think, today of being able to purchase the fish food factory. I think we have a very high probability of it. It's really going to depend how much money we make from the wood chips. It's going to depend how much money we make off of this. And then if we decide to sell any of the flour or not, well, I guess, and the straw, right? Because we're going to sell the straw today, too. So it's really going to depend on all of those. And then from that point, the flour is going to be the last thing we decide to sell today, right? Because if we have enough money to buy that fish production today, really, I think I'm going to at least keep some of the flour. Not sure how much. Maybe all of it. I don't know. But we're going to keep some of the flour at least, because that is going to allow us to be able to start feeding that fish food production with one of the main items it requires. Now, we're not really going to be able to operate that fish food production for quite a while because we do need some of the other crops that are not flour, right? Right now, all we've been doing is turning most of the crops into flour. So we will need to utilize a little bit of time here in a couple of these fields to actually make some of the other things we need to actually start producing our own fish food. But That is one of the next big objectives for this series. If you stumbled across it and are not aware, everything is down below in the description. Long story short, we have to figure out a way to become self-sufficient when it comes to all things on the fish farming DLC from the Highlands map. So that means we've already got the aqua farm. Whoa! We've already got the aqua farm, right? We've got the trout lakes, excuse me. But we don't have the fish food production, and we don't have the offshore farming, and we don't have the boat to take the stuff to the offshore farming. So there's still a long way to go. We need a lot more money to get where we need to be. But I do think those wood chips are going to help us out tremendously. The wood chips are worth a lot of money, right? So I do think that's going to be a significant impact as far as the amount of money we have here in January. But yeah, things are good, man. Things are good, as good as they can be here. Little behind once again. I feel like I say that a lot, but it's the truth. A little behind on videos again. We had, which I wasn't actually anticipating, people in town for work again, so I had to do some after-work activities with all of them, which impacted my ability to get some videos done this week. But we're back. We're back in the groove now. We're back in the groove. This episode, excuse me, should be released, I think, Friday. So like I said, yesterday's episode should be the competitive one-tile challenge. That series has turned into a lot of fun. We're having a good time there. Making a lot of progress. A lot of mayhem, too. Some mayhem got a little out of control recently. I accidentally killed a little bit of crop from Crust2 on accident when I was being chased by Rusty. I ran into him and then ended up pushing him into his own field. So we have crop destruction on. We can't kill his crop, but he can kill his crop. So that was a bit my fault. So I did kill a little bit of my crop as well, just to make it fair, because I felt bad about it. All right, 68,424 plus 3,446 environmental score. That puts us 153,000. Like I said, we're very, very close, gang. We are very, very close indeed to being able to afford this fish food production here. 171 total. That was 17,107 plus 861 environmental score. Now, we've looked at this a number of times. The fish food factory, excuse me, I keep saying production. Factory is right here. It is $270,000. So we're about $100,000 off. Now, having understood all of that, we've got about 100,000 liters of straw. Now, the straw is not going to make us a ton of money, but we'll probably get us to 200,000 with the straw, I would think. Pretty close to it. The wood chips, though. The wood chips, I think we have a high probability we're going to make an absolute insane amount of money off those wood chips. We've looked them up in the past, but just briefly, once again here, if we look at wood chips, they are worth right now, well, Feed and Grade South are worth $1,002 per 1,000 liters. We have hundreds of thousands of liters. Hundreds of thousands. So that means all the things that I was hoping to accomplish here, I think are going to be able to be accomplished because of those wood chips. Meaning, we're going to be able to buy that fish food production. We're going to be able to buy another field or two. We're probably going to be able to at least begin the process of doing the offshore farming stuff as well. I'm not sure we're going to be able to do all of that because it is very, very expensive. But we're probably at least going to be able to start it. So these are really, really good things for us, right? Really, really good things for us. So I'm very, very excited about that. I am going to buy a little bit of fish food right now. We do know we're going to need it. As I mentioned, we're not going to be able to fill up that fish food factory right now with all the requirements that are required to make our own yet. So we are still going to need to be buying some from the shop for a little while, but soon enough, that will no longer be something that we have to consider, which I think is fantastic, right? So if you factor all that in, that's, you know, the flour itself, there may not be a whole lot of that flour that we actually do need to sell. And as a matter of fact, we might end up just keeping all of it, right? We just might. It's just going to depend. It's going to completely depend on where we get to today with our money and what we end up buying, right? I'm just going to buy 8. Nothing crazy. Puts us down to 150, but that's okay. We need to continue to have this fish food. We need to continue to produce fish. More than likely, between whenever we do start buying the offshore stuff, we're going to have to start considering bumping up the salmon to the 2 times as well. We already have the trout at 2 times in the Aquafarm, but it's probably time for us to start considering the salmon. The only reason we haven't done it up to this point is because it does take up a lot more fish food, right? A lot more fish food. So it's a little more expensive. And until recently, we've definitely been making money, but we've really only been making a tiny bit of money every month, and it's been more lucrative for us to be able to hold on to that money and buy other equipment, fields, etc. Now I think we're getting close to a stage because of these wood ships and all the fish we just moved, well, technically it is, but all the money we just made off those fish, I think has put us in a better spot, a better position as we move forward, right? All right, time for us just to go ahead and drop off some of this fish at the lakes and then move on down to our aquafarm, unload that, and then I'm going to pick up, I think we're going to do the wood chips first, and then we'll do the straw after that. I just want to truly see what we're going to make from these wood chips. Like I said, I expect it to be an absolute insane amount of money. I'll actually probably be a little upset if it isn't, but that's what I'm hoping for at least, right? Alright, so those lakes are filled up, so now we just need to head down to this one, drop them off at the aquafarm, and then we will pick up the wood chips. And wood chip-wise, we looked at this, but which one are we going to? The Feed and Grain South, which is very, very far away. It almost might be worth it to see if there's anything closer. But looking at the distances, I mean, there are, but there's not anything that's outrageously closer. I guess the railroad, but... yeah, we'll go to the Feed and Grain South, wherever that is. I mean, it's only going to be one trip no matter what we do. All the way down in the bottom left-hand corner. That's fine. The nice thing about what we did with the trailer, right? Having that unrealistic trailer allows us to do that. We really only have to make one trip there. Alright, we're just going to leave that there for the time being. We'll head on up, and we will pick up the wood chips, and I'll meet you over at the sell point. Alright, gang, we're pulling up here. I'm expecting an astronomical amount of money. I mean, just look at it. 905,000 liters. It should be... This should be ridiculous amount of money. An absolute ridiculous amount of money. Wood chips are king, man, in FS25, I'm telling you. Oh, yeah. Look at the money. Look at the money just pour in. Look at it. We're easily going to be able to start the next stage here. We're going to be able to buy the fish food production, the fish food factory, and start the next one. $907,408, and then a $45,710 environmental score addition. I mean, that's that is absolute insanity. We are over $1 million in the bank account. That's absolute insanity, man. That's exciting, though, right? This is super exciting. We need to go sell the straw. Once we're done selling the straw, we're going to figure out at that point what we're going to do with all this money. Clearly, we're buying the fish food production. That's clearly going to happen. So that's going to take, you know, $250,000 right there. A little more than $250,000, actually. I don't know. Does it say in the actual production itself, does it say what the actual capacity it is? No, it doesn't say anything about the capacity. So I have no idea how much it can actually hold. But I guess we'll figure that out, right? We're going to bring in a bunch of flour over there, so I guess we'll figure it out. Don't think we necessarily need to sell the flour today, given the fact of how much money we now have. I mean, I think the boat was like $500,000, I think. So there's a high probability, actually, that we can... I don't think we're going to have enough to be able to do everything I said we wanted to do, right? I don't think I'm going to have enough to be able to buy the factory, buy another field, and then buy the boat and put on an offshore aquafarm. I don't think that's going to be physically possible. I think that's going to cost more than what we have, but it's certainly going to be a start. It's certainly going to be a start, right? We'll probably be able to get the fish food factory, probably be able to buy the boat. I think the boat is what we should go for first, even though that boat will sit there for a little while and not do much. We really can't do any of the offshore stuff without the boat. At least I think. I should probably double check that, but I don't think we can. And then maybe buy a field, right? That might be the way to go. I do think we need a fourth field. I think 4 fields is probably going to be the sweet spot. Now, the 4th field we buy needs to be a relatively large field. It doesn't need to be massive, but it needs to be bigger than a small field, somewhere in the middle. Man, this is exciting times. 1.1 million. Whew. All right, let's get the straw in here. Oh, maybe not. There we go. I do think I need to give a little bit of service here to the tractor, and I don't remember where the trigger is. I always forget where the trigger is on this thing. I should maybe just leave them on. Right here. Okay, so I'm going to move it over here in a second as well and just spend a little bit of money on the tractor itself. Not a big deal. You know, what the amount of money we'll lose for repairing it, it's probably going to be, I don't know, $5,000, something like that. We're not going to be getting rid of this tractor at any point, anytime soon at least, if we do ever get rid of it, which I don't think we will. So we might as well fix it up so it'll continue to last us for the rest of the series, right? Should be almost there now. There we go. All right, 106,819 liters of straw in there. Really nice. Oh, it's even cheaper. 1,394 to repair it. That's not bad at all. All right, so let's go sell the straw here. Now the straw, where are we selling this at? Straw. Probably the same place we normally sell it. Feeding Grain South actually is the closest, or the highest amount, but isn't that close to where we just were? It is exactly where we just were. I'm not going to drive all the way down there for $2 more. We're just going to go to the annual dealer. That's we're used to that one. Well, the Logistics Center Railroad. I don't think we've gone there before, have we? Let's go there. I don't think we've been there. And that's $1 more, so let's go there. So we need to, let's see. I guess we go out our normal way, like we're going to this field, and then go straight down. All right, let's go check that field, or check that sell point out, because I don't think we might have been there once, long time ago, but I don't remember it. I probably will once we get over there, but I don't remember it right now. So let's head on over there. I don't know, looking at this, gang, I'm not positive that we actually have sold here. We've been over here before. We sold something here, but I don't think we sold it at that building. I think it was somewhere else. Oh, maybe not. I don't know. Maybe we did sell it here. I don't know. That sign looks very familiar. But there are a couple sell points here, so maybe that's what it was. Maybe it was just a different sell point, or a different side of the sell point that we sold it at, right? Okay, so this is, like I said, not going to be anything outrageous, but it'll be a little bit of extra money for us, a little bit of extra income, which is good. Way less than I said. I said it was going to be like 30 grand. We got 9,000 out of that, plus 457 for environmental score. And still, you know what? We'll take it, right? We'll take it. All right, so that puts us officially at $1,111,559. That's a lot of money, man. That's a lot of money. We'll get back up to the yard. We'll probably start loading up the flour on the trailer, and we'll buy that fish food production. Transport the flour down there to it, and then we'll go from there, I think. It's going to be in the region anywhere where we have to go and buy a boat, right? I think that's what we should do. That's my personal opinion. Buy the fish food production, buy the boat, and then whatever remaining money we have left over, we try to put that in towards a field of some sort. At least that's my initial thought right now. Maybe it'll change once we get down there, but that's my initial thought. All right, we are stacking things up here, gang, and we are getting a mountain of flour here. This is going to be so top heavy. The odds of me making it to this soon-to-be, well, our soon-to-be fish food production is probably slim to none. I mean, we are stacking this thing higher than I've... Oh, these things are going to fall. Yep, and there they go. Yep, there they go. Well, it was a worth a shot, I guess. We did get some of them up there, I guess. That is... Look at how high that is. Oh, boy. Okay, well, I'm not going to be able to get these up there. There's no way. We're going to make multiple trips here, and that's fine. They don't necessarily have to all go there today either, right? We can always do the remainder of these in another trip or another episode. It doesn't necessarily have to be right now. I was just attempting to do something ridiculous. Look at how tall that is. That's ridiculous. That's funny. All right, now I can't get this guy off the fork here. All right, we're gonna have to be creative here. We're gonna have to use this pole here to our advantage and try to get this. There we go. Never mind. We got it. We got it. Different level of the ground took care of that for us. Okay, so I think most of these we're just going to put it back here on the back of the trailer here. I might be able to huck a couple of them up there. A couple more up there, I should say. We will see. On top of the front there, that where all the ones just collapsed. Might be able to huck some up there. Did I go too far? Nope. It's hanging over a little bit, but that might help us with how top heavy it is. Just in case, I better strap that one down. Nope. No, you know what? That's fine. I don't think I'm going to be able to do much better than that, so that's fine. So we're going to take a few more off of here. That way we can continue this production, because I think the production stopped once again. We can put these on the very back side here. This is going to be one heavy trailer right here. And I hope, once we buy this production, or this factory, I hope it'll accept all these flowers. If I take it down there and it only accepts a couple of them, I just wasted my time and yours, but you would think it would accept quite a bit. It's a pretty big factory, right? So you would expect it to accept a lot. Please, thank you. I might be able to huck one or two more up there. I think I'm going to attempt it. At least one more. I think we'll just do one. We'll try to even it out in the back there. There we go. Perfect. Okay. That looks ridiculous. Anyway, let's buy our production. I'm super excited about this. Visit. Okay. And we're going to turn this back on for a brief moment here. We were right at it. Okay, perfect. Buy building fish food factory for $270,000. Yes. The building has been purchased. We now own this fish food factory, which is super exciting. Super exciting. So the pallets are going to spawn here. We're just going to drop them off here, I'm assuming. If I look at it now, it does tell you how much it can actually hold in flour. It holds 80,000 liters of flour. We have a lot more than 80,000 liters of flour. Oh boy. Well, we're going to be doing probably canola, honestly. Maybe at some point we can bump it up and start doing the sunflowers as well, since we do have that planter, but we would need a different header. I don't think we'll do the rice or the olive oil. I think it's going to be these two that we're doing. I'm just going to turn them both on, even knowing that the sunflower and the canola, there's not going to be anything in there for a while. But we're going to do that anyway. There is no... Yeah, we don't have any canola or anything in there. So right now all we're making is the flour. So we're probably really not going to need as much flour as we actually have here for a while. But eventually I think we're going to. So this is going to be a very, very delicate trip that we have to do here. I have got to be extremely careful. I mean, snail's pace going over bumps, snail's pace going around corners. I mean, it's already all over the place. Oh, those two on those on the top aren't even, they're not even strapped down. What? So it's actually too high for the trailer. Oh boy. Well, hopefully I can get that other one to fall forward like that one did, because we did strap that one down when it fell forward. We have 26,000 liters in here, so actually, well, I think it's more than that. I think it's more than that, but of what it's registering, this 26,000, there might be, there's probably more than 80,000 here, right? Well, maybe not. I don't know, maybe not. Maybe that is right. Oh my god! Well, we got them all strapped now, so they fell the right way, but oh my god. This is absolute insanity. We are all over the map. Oh boy. Oh boy, I'm just waiting for one of our patented cars to come here and cause issues. I'm just waiting for Byron or Walter or Scarlett, Alfred, somebody. I'm just waiting for them to show up. And if you don't know what I'm referencing, a long time ago when I first started doing recordings on this channel, a lot of my subscribers named the cars for me. I mean, there's only been like 2 of them that I've named. Everyone else has been named by them. Byron, who was named by my friend Northern Farm Sim, who does recordings. He's a good dude. Seems to be the biggest threat. Walter's also a big threat to us, and Scarlett's not too far behind. But they always like to cause mayhem for me, and when I was doing that 200 horsepower challenge, they would just always just cause so much mayhem. So they've got a bit of a reputation around here, and they precede them because they continue to do harm to me. And it always seems to be a situation where I'm maybe stretching the rules a bit for the game here, or what can be done with the game, as is this, stacking these absolute insanity amount of flour on top of each other. Oh my gosh. Hey, we've made it further than I thought we would make before we flipped over, so we just got to be a little careful here for a little bit longer. So we purchased that. We're now at $841,482, which is insane. Oh my gosh. Even hitting that curb like that caused that much flipping. Oh man, this is... Whew. $841,482. It's a lot. It's a lot of money. Like I said, I think the boat is $500,000, I think. I've got to even remember where I go and buy it. It's somewhere down here, and oh, look, there he is. There he is. Just waiting. Waiting to cause mayhem. Come on, Byron. Go, man. Go. Please. Thank you. Oh, man. I hope we deposit these in that area there in the front. I hope that's where this is. I would assume it is. I didn't really look. Hopefully it's not somewhere else, and hopefully this doesn't actually sell the flour. Okay, so Quick autosave, which is a smart thing for us to do. I'm going to turn this back on for a brief moment here. We're going to go into construction view here. That's where they're going to spawn at. To me, that's the only place. It's just this little building here. There's nothing else that I'm seeing, unless it's back here, maybe, that would tell me. Yeah, it has to be there. Has to be. This bump here is not going to be fun either. It's not that big of a bump, but for this, it's a big bump. Oh, look at it! Okay, it did accept all of it, so that is a good thing. That's a good thing. So we've got 27,000 liters. It actually was the right amount. That's crazy. 27,000 liters of flour in there. Okay, so we can actually get the rest of that flour and take it down there as well. That's well, that's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. We're now the proud owners of the Kinlaig Feed Company. That's awesome. Not going to be able to do much with it for a while, but it's awesome. One of the big ones we need to do. Okay, so now, I should have just left these on. I don't know why I didn't leave them on. I've got to figure out where I go now to buy the actual boat. I think it's over here? Yeah, I think it's right there. So let's head over here. We're going to need another forklift now at this point. Or we're going to need to move the forklift from the shop over to here. I think that's probably the better choice. It was here to begin with. We just borrowed it for a very long period of time. Okay, cargo vessel. Oh, actually, it's cheaper than I thought it was. The sport boat. Cargo vessel is only $275,000. So it's better than I thought. Better than I thought. So we'll go ahead and purchase that. We now own a cargo vessel, which is awesome. We have 500,000. That's enough to start the offshore production, technically. That's enough. Man, we could actually almost complete the series at this point, man. That's crazy. That's crazy. There's a sunflower header out there. Ooh. Well, we know we're going to have to do... I necessarily don't know we're going to have to do, but if we wanted to do the sunflowers, we should probably look into that. There's a very, very nice tractor out here, too. Ooh, I should upgrade our tractor. Man, there's a lot of choices here to make, right? If I want to continue the series for a while, which I think we're going to continue it for at least a little bit longer, maybe that's the way to go. That is a fantastic tractor, too. Whew. Look at that thing. That thing is a beast. We've got some decisions to make here. But I did say I wanted to buy another field, right? That was one of the main things I said I wanted to do today. They're not cheap, right? $129,000 for that one. I think that would be a good one to choose from. I think this one also would be a good one. Maybe we buy both of those. That would be around $250,000. All right, what is this? It's got barley in it. That's good for our flour. Not that necessarily we need a whole lot of flour. This one doesn't have anything in it yet at all. We're going to buy that one. That leaves us $437,000. I kind of feel like we should buy this one too. I think we should. We're going to need all of this if we're going to, because we still, no matter what we do, right, to finish this series, we've got to be able to start being self-sufficient. And we're not going to be self-sufficient when it comes to the production here, or the factory here, I should say, for quite a while, right? It's going to be a bit. We've got to get canola oil in there, which is going to take us a while to make that. We've got to make sunflower oil. Again, those are going to take a while to make. So, I mean, we've still got a year plus, right? So I think having that understanding, I think we're going to buy this one too. Knowing it's just going to give us flour right now, but that's okay. These are all relatively close, and what it's also going to allow us to do is to make an easier path to come from our yard area over to here, right? Instead of having to go all the way around this way or all the way around this way to get to this field, we can make a bit of an access point here between these two fields. Or hell, maybe we even combine these two fields. Maybe that's what we do. It would turn into a relatively large-sized field, but maybe that's what we do. That could be our soybean field, which we need a lot of soybeans for that production, right? I think it's 50, or it's more soybeans than flour, actually. So, yeah. Oh, it's 50. Okay, I'm sorry, it's 50. It was more for the other ones. It's 50 for the canola and 50 for the sunflower. So, yeah. Maybe that's what we do. Maybe that's what we do. We do have a canola field right here. I think that's what we do. I'm buying it. All right, that leaves us $307,000. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. How much is this tractor worth? I'm really. It's hard for me not to purchase this one. I don't think we necessarily need it, but would it be awesome to have that or not? Man, would it be awesome to have that. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna put it to you. Should I buy this tractor or not? You let me know down below in the comments if I should buy it or not. I'm gonna buy this header. You let me know if I should buy that tractor or not. I would basically upgrade this John Deere 4640 for it. The John Deere 4640 is not worth a ton of money. Let's just be completely honest with you. It's not worth anywhere enough to make that offset a bit, but we'll probably get $36,000, $35,000 out of this tractor. So you factor that in. I mean, it's under $250,000 for this tractor. A lot of money. A lot of money. I'm going to put it to you. You let me know what you think I should do. Should I buy that tractor? Because I can buy it before the start of the next episode. Should I buy that tractor or should I not? You let me know. Regardless, we have a cargo vessel, which is super exciting. We have our fish food production. We have 2 more fields. We have a no-header. Man, this has been a fantastic episode. We're going to leave it there. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you smash the like, subscribe button in the case you've yet to do so. They are free to do. They help me a ton. Thank you to my members. I cannot thank them enough. There is a link down below if you're interested in that. You get early access to videos like this one, including the competitive one-tile challenge, which we just said has been bumped up to twice a week. My other channel's down there. I don't do a video every single day on the other channel, but I try to get at least a handful out every week. There's also my Discord down there. You can share your results, your progress, etc. All of that on there. And anything that I post on either channel is also put up there. And yeah, we'll leave it at that. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks for your support. We'll see you next time, gang.